Okay, let's keep moving around now. Let's nice and slow. I'm wrapping around, starting to go with some fluid lines a little bit. And let's actually, I'm doing a little dark halftone right over here. I'm scribbling circular motion. I'm just trying to chisel that edge a little bit, even though that's the least chiseled area. And now I'm going to come back in over here. Look at my pencil, how I'm just scribbling. It's almost like I'm drawing little circles. And that's a very soft way to feather. Same feeling over here. Now this right here is a tad of a top plane. So I don't want to go too dark with it. And then we turn under to an underplane right over here. So there are surface planes that you want to consider inside of the shadow. Now let's just feather out one more time. Okay, let's move back up top over here. Now some of these texture tones are too light. I'm just going to knock them down. I'm going to do it with my finger. Yeah, there's already enough pencil on the paper where I don't have to put more pencil down. I can just smudge. Now let's sharpen some edges. Get the different texture going on. I don't really feel too clear today, but I'm seeing clearly. Everything looks pretty crisp to me. And I've been drawing really good in class, which I'm happy about. I've been making it my mission to draw for at least 20 minutes to a half an hour in each class. And it's keeping me fresh, and I'm really kind of going on in the classroom setting and just kind of not caring what my drawings look like and just doing what I mentioned last time. I spoke about this on video, is just doing continuous line and making it happen and then not worrying about what the drawing looks like. And that really kind of gets you into practice big time. That combined with this type of drawing where I'm rendering, it's a good combination, and you might want to try that. I think it's very important to do both this rendering stuff and the quick stuff. Then you're really balanced in terms of making your drawing skills balanced. Okay, I'm going to roll in. This line over here on the edge is very hard. I'm just using the point of my pencil right now to crisp up some areas without going black. Got to be careful right now of black. I'm just going to soften this. Let's get the good old kneaded eraser, which I have in my hand. Haven't put it down yet. On my screen, on the video screen, it looks a whole lot more sharp than the actual drawing. The drawing it's like it's just less contrasty. If you're doing it in Photoshop, it's maybe like use a contrast tool, it's like 10% like less contrasty in real life than it is in video. Now for some reason today I seem to be using more of my finger than anything else, and I wasn't doing that on the previous days. I don't know why I'm doing it today, but I guess it's just like working for me, so I'm going to stick with it. And like I said earlier, this is very important that you understand that, with painting, the more paint you use, the more problems you have. And so I've got a lot of, pencil down on the paper. That's our metaphor for paint. And the more pencil I put down, the more problems I can have, because then it just starts to sit on top of each other, and the pencil sits on top very close to the surface of the paper, and then you can really start to get a little muddy with it. There's a trade-off. You can get some good textures, but the trade-off is it's very easy to overwork. Alright, so let's work on this texture a little bit up top over here. Everything is very soft, at least what I have, and it's hard to get a hard edge not using black. So I'm just going to go over some of the shapes that I've already created, and I'm going to have to go over this again with my eraser. But I'm just kind of outlining them. I've already kind of laid down and told you how I think with this stuff, that this is just surface planes. Okay, that's good enough because I'm starting to go too dark in the light. So let's come in now with our eraser, create a point. Pencil's coming up nicely so we don't have to press down too hard. Create a little edge right there. And let's create another edge right here. So I smudged this before with my finger. I'm just kind of like tapping. You can hear the noise. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. And that might be one area where I might have to go in with the white pastel pencil. But I'm kind of almost envisioning that the white pastel pencil will blend with that and create like a little bit of mud. So I want to try to do as much as I possibly can with the eraser. This is very dark. And just kind of refining some angles. And now, okay, I'm really getting tunnel vision with this, so I gotta lean back. Yeah, in real life, that's the brightest part. It's kind of very close to, that highlight on the breast. So something tells me I'm going to have to come into this with my white chalk pencil. I'm really going to have to play with that a little bit. Let's trash this dark over here. So these are real subtleties. I mean, I don't have to do this. I really don't have to. I mean, the drawing is looking pretty good. But I'm just showing you how I'm going on in there and I'm tweaking. Because some of you have gotten a little bit of feedback, and some of you really like this, because a lot of educational videos on drawing don't go in this depth about where you go after you get in the initial like containment system thing, or you block in the tone. It's easy to block in the tone, but how do you go from blocking in to realistic? And it's this nitpicking and really staring at what you're drawing. I got a lot of smudging going on in the light, so I can pull out a little bit with my eraser. I know that this is hard to see on video, so I'm not going to overdo this. I think next chapter I'll zoom in, we'll work on the fabric a little bit more.